Regis Prograis knocks out Jose Zepada. And I want to talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Regis Prograis, congratulations. He closes the show. Regis Prograis became a two-time champion, just as he said before the fight, in knocking out Jose Zepada. I want to give you guys my thoughts, just my thoughts. I thought Regis Prograis looked sharp. He was very focused from the early rounds. And as the fight wore on, I really felt that Jose Zepada was way out of the fight. And I want to give you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly like I do on my post-fight reviews. So the good is Regis Prograis becomes a two-time champion, which adds extra interest to the division. You got, Broner says he got a new situation, 10-fight deal. You got Gary Antoine Russell. You got Josh Taylor getting ready to rematch in 2023, Jack Catterall. So there's some good options, for the 140-pound division. Also, Teofimo Lopez, who moved up to 140. He has his second fight, same night as Terrence Crawford fighting December 10th. His new opponent is Sandor Martin. And, Regis Prograis being the champion again just adds more excitement to the division. Thought Regis looked sharp, and he dominated the fight. The thing I really liked for the good for Regis Prograis is his jab. He stuck with it, double and triple the jab. This is the first punch when they teach you how to throw a punch in boxing. That's usually the first thing they teach you is a jab. So I just like fighters that are sticking with the fundamentals. Regis Prograis is also, he kind of creates a moving target. He uses a lot of leg and really upper body movement and pivots and shifting and trying to produce angles. And it's just kind of a weird and awkward stance and style. So it's almost like kind of like a throwback fighter. I could tell he likely watches a lot of throwback tapes of fighters, and you don't really see newer, younger fighters around his age group fighting kind of that way. It's just like, I think he's inspired by the throwback fighters because it's real cagey and real shifty. Regis Prograis, he has just a really squirrely style, right? Kind of like a Dickie Eklund, just real squirrely and making these movements and puzzles for the fighter to figure out. Jose Zepada, he just looked like he wasn't in the fight after it got about the third round, and it was really the Regis Prograis show. So now time for the bad and the ugly. The bad and the ugly is I thought the commentary was horrible. I thought it was horrible. Just weird commentary. And I keep proving it time and time again. I am the greatest doing it on the mic in the digital space of analyzing boxing. Now, I didn't do a live watch party, but if you follow me at Boxingego on Twitter, I was giving you guys round by round commentary. And if you go look at the tweets and the timestamps, what I said actually happened. And you see it's happening, and it's really poetry in motion. Like when you look at my round by round tweets and I'm telling you what's going on, this is why people check for me. And when they're driving or at work and they can't tune into the fight, that's why I have so many people that come back and check for it, because they know I'm going to give them that raw. This commentary was horrible. The commentators, and it's not just this commentary crew, but I've seen it a lot where the commentary crew will swear up and down that a fighter is quote unquote hurt, and they'll say the guy's hurt, and then nothing happens. The guy doesn't get dropped, the guy doesn't get stopped, and he goes on for several rounds. This is what they were doing. I actually have a tweet, and you guys see it on the screen. I said, boxing commentators be swearing up and down that a fighter is quote hurt, then nothing happens. They don't get stopped or dropped. They go on several more rounds. LOL, boxing commentary is falling off. And I said that, and if you look at the time, I said that later on in this fight in round 10, I think it was, they were like, Regis Prograis hurt, he's hurt. And the ironic thing is Regis Prograis knocked out Jose Zepada in the very next round, round 11. So while the commentator, it's boxing, you're going to get hit with shots. That just comes with the territory. So while the commentators were trying to make this look like this was a competitive fight and saying Regis was badly hurt and cut and things like that, little do they know, Zepada got knocked out. But if you go to my tweets, the difference being I don't tweet based on emotion. I watch boxing emotionless. I don't really care. I don't have a horse in the race. And the outcomes usually are in line with what I'm telling you is happening. So I think ultimately Regis Prograis' jab was one of the money things. So between his power, herky-jerky style, his speed was probably underrated by Zepada. It just was too much for Zepada, and he looked out of the fight. Other thing I thought was bad and ugly was Jose Zepada's corner. I thought it was bloody awful. Horrible cornering job because they lied to their fighter. There was a moment in this fight where it was like more than halfway through the fight, and they said that Jose Zepada, they said, "Oh, you're winning the fight. I'm not lying to you." And just think about that. Why would, if you were truly winning the fight, why would someone have to say you're winning the fight? I'm not lying to you. Like, unless you're lying. It's like when someone says, "No offense, but," and then they say something and you know what's going to ensue and follow is something that's offensive. "No offense, but you're ugly as hell." Like, you know they're going to say something offensive just based on the fact that they had that kind of precursor or preamble. So I thought that was horrible. I don't believe in lying to your corner. He had to have been down bad, and they told him he was up and "I'm not lying to you," and they in fact were lying to him. Zepada was never in the fight. The commentators also got this wrong. They kept bringing up past conquests of Jose Zepada. They were like, "Oh, Ivan Baranchyk and Josue Vargas and things like that." Whoop-de-doo. But guess what? None of that stuff matters when you're not fighting them right now. You're not fighting the Josue Vargas style, or especially Ivan Baranchyk, who's very one-dimensional. You're fighting Regis Prograis. Styles make fights. So you can bring up all these other past guys that he beat, but none of them were fighting and have the attributes that Regis Prograis have. So again, Regis Prograis looks sharp, and he becomes a two-time champion in the division, similar to what Sean Porter did at the welterweight division. Had a title, lost it to Kell Brook, got a title again with Danny Garcia, two-time. Or even Anthony Joshua at heavyweight. Had the title, lost to Ruiz, beat Ruiz in the rematch, two-time. So Regis Prograis enters that circuit, and he's now a two-time champion at the 140-pound division. And it was a rightful stoppage. 11th round, he landed a great shot. He actually, earlier in the round 11 where he got the stoppage, he landed a very stiff jab. It was just a beautiful jab, and it rocked Zepada's head up like a Pez dispenser. And then he landed, I think it was a left, and it just rocked. It was a punch he didn't see. Zepada didn't see. He rocked him. He languished and fell into the ropes. Regis jumped on him knowing that was his opportunity, seized the moment, threw too many punches. Regis, overwhelmed him. Great veteran move. Guys that badly hurt, you have a title on the line. Let's wrap this up. So Regis Prograis closed the show. So I thought it was a good performance, very good performance by Regis Prograis. Happy he's a champion again. He has a name. He has a title now. The commentary was bad. The commentators were also talking about Jose Zepada was on a long layoff and that's why he looked like this. All these excuses of narratives. Like, you don't have, just tell us what's happening in the fight. Because at the end of the day, Jose Zepada fought against Josue Vargas, and then 4 months later, Regis Prograis had his last fight, and that was in March of this year. So they fought within 4 months of each other, and neither guy has fought since March. That's when Regis Prograis' last fight was. So they were blaming it on this long layoff, but truthfully, there's levels to it, and Regis Prograis looked like he was a man on a mission. Charlo even came out to support him, and Charlo had a conversation with Bivol and called him out, things like that. He was just a man on fire, and he wasn't going to be denied. Jose Zepada, he just was not really in the fight after a few rounds, and he didn't look like he had his head in the fight. And clearly, Regis Prograis' power was off-putting to Zepada and his movement and his athleticism and his jab and everything, because he just didn't look like he wanted it. He looked like he didn't really want to be there, to be honest. And it was funny to hear the commentators saying stuff like Regis Prograis hurt, and Zepada was looking hurt throughout the fight. And then if you listen to the crowd booed Regis Prograis when he walked out, him being a black fighter from Louisiana to boot, and they booed him. The crowd was like dead silent. It's kind of like when Devin Haney went over to Australia and had the crowd silent in the fight with George Kambosos. So it was in Zepada's backyard. It was a pro Zepada crowd, and they were quiet for most of the fight. So that just goes to show you that it wasn't what the commentators were saying, because if it was what the commentators were saying, then you would have a lively crowd, because they were clearly a pro Zepada crowd based on how they booed Regis Prograis. So congrats to Regis Prograis. Zepada, this is his 3rd time at a title, and he's come up short all 3 times. So, you know, it looked like it's done for that. I'm not saying he has to retire, but he may think about that. But as far as getting a big fight, you had 3 chances and come up short each and every time. So, you know, I don't know how many more of those opportunities, especially when you have new blood, you know, like Gary Antoine Russell and guys like that at 140. It's just going to be, you know, guys that have already had 3 opportunities and failed will be phased out. Let me know how I did. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel. I'm truly the best in the business and the greatest doing it. So good-ish to Regis Prograis. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and I'm out. A lot of people ask me what I use to create content. Things like YouTube thumbnails that generate thousands of views. For the first time ever, the cat is out of the bag. I use Canva Pro, but Canva Pro is so much more than a YouTube thumbnail maker. Use Canva Pro to curate content for YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels, Instagram Stories, and a whole lot more. Flyers, flowcharts, you name it, with Canva Pro. Click the affiliate link in the description to get Canva Pro. Many features, elements available to you. Take your brand to the next level. Invest in yourself. It takes money to make money. So sign up for Canva Pro today. Happy creations. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.